Hello.
Hello. Happy Friday, everybody. So, for those who are joining us for the very first time, which I did notice a few down in the comments. Is that muted? Yes. Okay. I did notice a few down in the comments. Bubbers, what do you have? He has something. For those who are joining us for the very first time, we hang out for the first 10 minutes with you guys before we dive into the topic. And if you're watching the replay and you don't care about us or our news, you can fast forward. But today we're going to be talking about holiday shipping deadlines, and not just the foo-foo ones that USPS publishes, because I've tried to follow their deadlines and I've had oodles of packages not arrive on time. So what I'm telling you today is my personal recommendations. There are probably a million like Etsy people out there who would disagree with me, but I give it a lot of extra time because I would rather be safe than sorry.
Because we're us and not them.
Right. And I'm sure that you guys, can agree that the worst feeling in the world is having an unhappy customer, especially around the holidays.
Right. When there's no reason to take an unnecessary risk.
Right.
It doesn't hurt to ship things 2 days early and set your deadlines early. I mean, if a deadline were to be like the 22nd, you really think anybody's going to be buying something like on that day?
Right.
It's not going to happen very often. So just ship it early.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about that. Good morning, Kate. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Nancy. Nancy's always here. Good morning, Lily Tree. Good morning, Leftover Hippies. I'm curious to know what you sell. That's an interesting name. And good morning, Shay. So, guys, I want to go over a little bit of news first. I also want to throw out a quick disclaimer. For those of you who message me on Facebook, and you wonder why I don't message back, I don't message anybody back on Facebook Messenger. Like if you message my personal Starla Moore account, simply because we can't sleep at night when if I were to actually open those that go into my message requests folder. We've got over 8,000 alphas now. So if you guys ever need me, always email me. My email is available when you join my email list. Anytime that you receive an email to me or from me, just reply to it. Even like right when you join my email list, you'll get a welcome email. You can reply to that if you want to ask me questions. And down below is the Handmade Alpha VIPs. And right when you join, you also get my free ebook, which thousands of alphas have fallen in love with. So that's how you can get direct contact to me or him. Usually I have him reply to a lot of my emails. I sit right next to him and tell him what to say. So it's not like you're not hearing from me. It's just he's typing.
And this is Bubbers, if you haven't met him yet.
This is Bubbers. Most people already know Bubbers. Bubbers
He likes to join the streams every once in a while.
Bubbers is Mr. Moore's kitty cat. And Bubbers is having some major separation anxiety because he hasn't been allowed in the basement for the last few days. So he is trying to spend some time with Daddy. Another bit of news. On October 28th, I will be hosting a live event at, you know what? I don't think that you get demonetized for saying bad words.
It depends on the context.
All right. Well, it's called Bitchcraft Fair. I've been trying to not say the name of it, but that's the name of it. I am hosting my own little seminar. So even if you're not into like the Halloween dress up, vibes, you're free to just come to my seminar. It is included with your ticket price. Tickets are $15. You can buy those down below, and it will be in Columbus, Ohio. It's actually not in Columbus. It's kind of where did we say it was?
Dublin?
Is it Dublin?
I think it's not Dublin.
It's technically
it's in
Columbus.
Between Columbus and Dublin. It's
yeah.
Like to the west of Columbus.
And for alphas who go, let me go grab.
It's only like 10 minutes outside of Columbus.
Let me go grab these real quick. Where are they? Here they are. So at the event, I'll be giving away 2 scholarships to the Handmade Alpha Academy. I keep getting emails on people asking me, like, do you plan to do these any other time? Are you going to be giving away a lot of scholarships? Probably not. This was it was like a last minute decision to give away the scholarships. So we don't know if we're going to be doing it frequently. We can't answer that question right now. But we will be giving 2 away at the live event for those who are able to come. Here are what you guys will be taking home if you win. And it says, I am Alpha Strong, Handmade Alpha Academy, class of 2019. So we'll be giving one away at each presentation. I have 2 presentations that I'm going to be doing. Neither is specifically Etsy themed. They're more just overall success and mindset themed. But for my Etsy sellers who are out there and my alphas who are out there that are going to be attending, this is going to be a really cool event. And we aren't sure. We're probably not going to like record it and put it on YouTube, simply because if we travel, we want to be able to do this event again. You know what I mean? We want to be able to actually present this again in other states. That way people can hear it live. So it will probably just be recorded for the Handmade Alpha Academy exclusively. So HAA members, you guys will get it, but as long as nothing goes wrong with the recording. But for everybody else, just hang tight. We do plan to do some traveling very soon, and we should have some more opportunities to see these particular master classes. Okay. So,
which show is this? That's Bitchcraft. And I did get your email, Linda. I'll be replying to it after this.
Yeah, we had a busy day yesterday. We've actually had a busy week, so we will be responding to all emails in just a little bit. All the links about Bitchcraft Festival are linked down below, and I think that they might still be accepting vendors, but I'm not entirely sure. So if you go to their actual webpage, I believe that you can find the information to contact Shannon, the event organizer. She is super duper sweet, so down to earth. So if you're interested in vending, I know we have a few alphas who decided to vend. Feel free to just look over the event, make sure that it's going to fit your niche. It's going to be a very like magic, mythical, like kind of Halloween witchcraft theme event. So if you have anything that you feel would fit, feel free to contact her and see if they're still accepting slots.
Shay asked, are the 2 seminars of the day different?
Yes, they are both different. They are going to be unique, and they're going to be, so I'm going to keep them very short. That way you guys still have time. We're looking at about 20 minutes. Per seminar. So don't, if you like are worried about the fact that, you know, you might be spending all day there, don't stress out about that. We are going to keep them relatively short, and we're going to do them later around 3 o'clock. And the event, I believe, starts at 11 a.m. So you guys will have a chance to kind of get around, navigate, find my booth. You'll find me. I've got giant banners. Like they're like 7 feet tall. So you will find me. Last bit of news is that Handmade Alpha Academy opens to the public. Yay! In December. We're thinking around the 1st. Not entirely sure yet, but I figured that I would give you guys a heads up so you can mark your calendars. If you guys noticed in my email today, I put a little dancing husky at the bottom because that's how freaking excited I am. Handmade Alpha Academy students, down in the comments, let us know who you are. Let's see how many we have with us today. I think we have 165 now. 165 HA students. I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that. So
close to that. Something. I don't know.
That's why we only open the course in very small groups. That way we can work personally with everybody, not like one-on-one, but you know, we can actually focus a lot of attention on everybody's needs. So,
and we'll be spending a lot more time getting you guys information when it comes closer to the time to open again.
Yeah, we'll have like a whole like week of just HAA information.
Yeah, you'll get sick of us after a while.
Here, I'm an alpha. Kate's here. Lindsay's here. Sonora K Creations is here. Look at everybody. All of our alphas. I love you guys. All right, guys. So we've got about 1 minute. Let's go ahead and get started. And I'm going to go ahead and go over that disclaimer one more time. That way, for those who are just joining us, you know what's going on. Every year, all of the shipping services release like this web page of dates to ship by. And they're usually, for example, first class, if you're using USPS, is usually like December 20th. I've tried to follow their advice. I have tried to, you know, just so I could get those extra sales in right before the holidays. And let me tell you, if you follow their advice, you'll have at least a couple orders that won't arrive on time. You don't
want him down here. He'll shut the power strip off.
Oh, go away.
Here, I'm going to fix that real quick.
That's what we need. The computer to just turn off.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Anyway, well, Mark's down there.
All right. She's good and happy now. All right, let's go.
You're nasty. So I don't follow USPS's advice simply because they don't anticipate there to be any mail delays, but every year it never fails. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of packages going out from not just, person to person, but from all of the major companies that are also shipping at that time. So it's one of those things that I just, you can risk it, but why take the chance and make your customers super duper mad that one of their items didn't arrive on time? Do you like my mug? It's from Domestic Platypus.
Sorry, you got pneumonia, Cher. There will almost always be a replay. So no worries. You can go to bed.
So guys, let's go ahead and talk about the dates that they recommend or that USPS recommends and the dates that I recommend. Now, obviously, this is catered specifically to USPS. However, if you are an international alpha, all you need to do is look at the time frames that we set and think about it and, apply it to your area. Okay. So, and you guys should also have websites for any of your shipping services that will give you your deadlines. What I recommend is just add 5 days onto that if you're not sure, because that'll ensure that you're in the clear zone. Okay. So I've got these all written down. For first class, if you're shipping USPS, they recommend December 20th. I say that's a load of hooey. Please don't wait until December 20th. I set my deadline at the 15th. And if anybody messages me and says, hey, because I've got the deadlines everywhere, and we'll talk about where to put them in just a minute. But if they say, hey, I noticed that I missed the deadline. Is it still possible? I can message them and say, technically, USPS says that if I ship it by the 20th, it should arrive. However, I just want you to be aware that I can't make a promise, and I will get it out as soon as possible. That way it doesn't fall back on you and you're letting them know. Okay. So that's for first class. Priority, once again, is also December 20th, but I recommend the 15th, just so you have a few extra days. And then Priority Express, they say December 22nd. You could do overnight and it not arrive on time. And we've done that before. We've actually... Have we shipped? Was it
multitude of times?
Ships or purchases that we've made that we've ordered for next day?
Both. I've had things show up like they say they'll be there by like the 23rd, and then they don't show up until like the 5th of January.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Right. So
no risk, no unnecessary risks.
If you're going to do Priority Express, I recommend go ahead and get those out by at least the 20th. They say the 22nd. Obviously, they're going to prioritize priority packages, but when things are so jam-packed and they're clogged up, there's a good chance that they'll even miss, your priority box in a giant heap of packages.
Not to mention, they don't really account for inclement weather and things like that too. And if you have any, doubts that your product will show up on time, you can also get on USPS's website if that's who you ship through, and they'll generally let you know if there's like inclement weather warnings in effect, and that'll delay your package by X amount of days.
Right. So let's go ahead and talk about by area. And this is what you're going to want to write down, because this is what you're going to ultimately put on your Etsy banners, assuming that most of you have one shipping service. Now, I know a couple of you will ship, you'll offer Priority Express and first class. So if you only offer one shipping service, this is the general information that I recommend having in your shop. And like I said, we'll talk about where you're going to put it right afterwards. Okay. But write these dates down, because these are my recommendations. I've been doing this. This will be year 6 or 7.
6.
Year 6.
I think.
Yeah. This will be year 6 of us shipping for the holidays. And these are the dates that I always go by. So if you're using USPS and you're shipping either first class or priority, I recommend for US orders, so orders within the United States, local orders, December 15th. That seems like the safest date. And this is the date that you want to display to people. You want to tell everybody that the 15th is the last day that you can ship orders within the US, if you also live in the US, obviously. And then for international, and there's 2 exceptions to this rule. I've got 2 other locations that will not fall into international, and this is where it's going to get tricky, okay? So we've got US, the 15th, and then international, December 5th. Okay. I believe that USPS recommends the 10th, I think.
Yeah.
The 10th?
Last year was the 10th. The estimated for this year is the 7th. So they're getting a little smarter.
Yeah. But once again, play it safe. I always do the 5th. The 5th seems to be like, it gives you a few extra days in case a truck gets stuck in the snow or, you know, a post office gets completely backed up. So international is the 5th. Now there are 3 like exclusions to international, and that is military post offices, Africa, and Central and South America. So let's talk about these. Military post offices. A lot of people don't know how to recognize these because a lot of times they'll still show up as United States, you know, for the country, but they are not in the United States, and it still takes just as long for them to reach the customers. So what you want to look for is addresses that have APOs and FPOs, okay? Those are your military bases. And I like to put these in their own category. So for example, when I'm listing my shipping deadlines, I do US shipping deadline, international shipping deadline, military / APO / FPO. And then that deadline is December 10th, because ultimately those are international orders, okay? They're still going to do APOs and FPOs pass through customs?
It depends on where they go. Like where they're being sent to, because some places obviously have higher security than others. So it just depends.
Okay. Yeah. So, and then always be aware of, you know, what you're shipping, because obviously there's some items for certain areas that just can't be shipped there. And a lot of people tend to forget APOs and FPOs, but I think that as somebody, you know, him being ex-military, it's like when I see shops that actually highlight APOs and FPOs, it makes me feel really happy, because I know of so many people who would just send their gifts directly to their hubbies and wives that were stationed overseas. So that's something that, you know, it'll make you stand apart a little bit. So make sure that you write those down. And then the 2 other exceptions to our internationals are
the date for the APOs.
December 10th.
Yeah, but you didn't say that yet.
Oh, December 10th. Yeah, I did. December 10th. Did I say that? APOs and FPOs, December 10th. So the other 2 exceptions to the rule are Africa and Central and South America. So orders to South America for me take so stinking long. I think I've had 10 of them.
They have weird import taxes and laws and stuff that they've got to deal with, especially in South America.
Yeah, those orders took forever. So for Africa and Central and South America, you want to cut that deadline on. Are you ready for this? This sounds crazy. November 25th. All right, both of those. Africa and Central and South America, November 25th, because those 2 places in particular, they just, I don't know what's up with their customs. I don't know why it takes so long, but I know it takes forever. And I believe that, what did they recommend last year? Because that date hasn't actually been released yet. Let's see. So I had to kind of go off of last year. Yeah. November 30th is what they recommend. So we just tacked 5 days onto that. So let's kind of talk about where to put these. I'm going to take a drink real quick. You could fill the silence with some humming.
No, it's fine. We'll awkwardly watch you drink coffee quietly.
Some singing. You want to talk about your tickets for just a minute?
Oh, yeah. My band's got our first 2 shows coming up.
You have 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Playing our first show at the Courtyard in Dayton, Ohio on the 11th of November with Tantric. And then we're playing at Odd Bodies that's also in Dayton, right?
Yes.
On the 2nd of December.
With OTEP. So
yes.
if we have
tickets are $25 each.
If we have any local alphas who want to go to that, just email me at Starla at Handmade Alpha Academy. If you're a fan of Tantric or OTEP, which is, I don't like OTEP. They're scary.
I used to. She's a bit crazy.
That woman is so scary.
Probably shouldn't say that on the internet.
She's just scary. She is. Look up OTEP and listen to her. She's scary. I mean, props to her.
Tantric heart faces. Yeah, we're playing with Tantric, our first show.
Yeah. So
holy crap, you're playing with OTEP? Yes, we are.
So if anybody in the Dayton area that wants those tickets, Starla at Handmade Alpha Academy, and we can hook you up. All right, so let's talk about where selfless promotions here.
Selfless.
Everybody's been waiting to hear when his band's going to perform live. I will be trying to.
I'll be selling coasters.
He will be selling.
That's the only merch we've got right now.
All right, so let's actually talk about where we're going to put your shipping information. Yay! So if you ask yourself, and I said this last year too, if you're asking yourself, am I putting my holiday shipping information in too many places? The answer is you're not, because no matter how many times you put your shipping deadlines out in the open for the entire world to see, people will still miss them. So get your pens ready. We're going to write down all the places that you should put your shipping deadlines. First place, right on your Etsy banner, and not right in the middle of it. You can use your current banner and just stick it in the corner. That's what I do. I just shove it right in the tiny little corner of my Etsy banner. But that's going to help people who visit your shop and who, you know, like right at a first glance, because the first thing that they're going to look at is your Etsy banner. That's, you know, the biggest piece of real estate in your shop. New visitors are immediately going to check out that banner and see what all's on there. So if you put those shipping deadlines on there, your first time visitors, especially on desktop, will be able to see those. The second place is in your shop announcement. So where you actually click see more and expand that shop announcement, shove those shipping deadlines in there. Then you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom of your shop where you'll see a section called FAQs. You're going to put your holiday shipping deadlines right in your FAQ sections. And little fun tip, I like to go to a website called getamoji.com, like, you know, emojis, getamoji.com. And I like to steal the little Santa Claus emoji, or the tree, or the snowflake, or, you know, whatever holiday themed wintry emoji fits your branding, and paste that, because what that's going to do when you put it right next to your holiday shipping deadlines is it's going to make it really pop. You know, it's going to have that little pop of color, and they're going to really, you know, pay attention to, whoa, what has the emoji on it? I don't see emojis anywhere else. So that's just kind of a little trick that I like to do to make sure that it stands out. Then you're going to copy all that again. And you're going to put it in all of your listings at the very bottom, though. Not like right at the top where people are going to be looking for actual information. Put it down more towards the bottom so they still see it, but it's not right in their face, okay? And then one last place to put it. You're going to stick it right in your listing photos in one of your last photo slots. And what that's going to do is ensure that even if the person doesn't like to read and they've ignored every single thing in your shop, they've ignored your policies, they've ignored your banner, they've ignored your shop announcement, and they haven't even read the listing description, it's going to ensure that they at least see it, because most people will still scroll through all 10 photos.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and I also, if you guys use my swipe files, sorry, my swipe file series will be coming back. For those who don't have my swipe files, don't worry, those will be making a return very soon. I'm going to have a full training with it. You will thank me for the wait, I promise. So those will be coming back. But for those who already have my swipe files, I also recommend putting them in your thank you order swipe. So the first swipe that you send, thanks for your order. Just a heads up, our shipping deadlines for 2018 are yada, 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 yada. In case you plan to shop for the holidays, just tweak your swipe files a little bit. That way, if you get any orders and that person says to themselves, wow, I'm going to come back and order for the holidays, they'll know right when they place that first order when they'll need to come back by to place a second order, okay?
Yeah.
So,
it's also good when you're shopping for yourself to look at what other shops are putting for their deadlines. You know whether or not you're going to get your stuff or not.
Yeah. All right, guys. So those are the deadlines. Let me know if I need to repeat any. Other than that, you are free to start asking questions, whether they be shipping related. Obviously, we can't weigh in on international shipping all that much because we ship internationally, but we ship from the US. So if you have any questions about your specific area, maybe you live in Canada and you have a question.
We did have one already.
Join the Handmade Alpha Facebook community down below. And you can ask other alphas in your area what they recommend, okay? Because we have alphas all around the globe in the Handmade Alpha Facebook community, and that is free. So be sure to join down below. All right, so let's get to questions.
All right, first Shay said that we're sweet and our friendship is very apparent. I just keep her around because she makes me look cool.
Yeah. Oh, same here. Like, he's just like a bodyguard, kind of.
Kind of.
We went shooting last Saturday. I shot a gun. Scary.
Don't. You're going to lose half our audience. Come on now.
Oh, I said the G word.
Yeah. No, there went monetization. That's one word somebody asked earlier how you lose monetization. There's a lot of ways. And talking about guns, which you've already ruined it, usually immediately gets you demonetized.
Yeah.
But plus I'm wearing this,
Anatomy of a Pew. He's ex-military. Come on. He's qualified to handle a firearm.
I'm a marksman, actually.
He is a marksman.
I ship most of my products to the U.S. I use Royal Mail International, then hand it to USPS once in the States. Currently, my bestseller takes 5 days to reach U.S. customers. When should I stop shipping? I mean, if it takes 5 days, maybe just add another 5 onto it.
Add 5 days. If you are unsure, look at whatever your local, shipping service recommends. Some haven't released the dates yet. They'll probably do that mid-October, early November. Just look at what they recommend. Add 5 days. Okay, that's like the best formula ever for shipping. Just add 5 days.
Let's see. Do you have a Krampus?
A Krampus?
Do they have a Krampus? No, I don't.
I don't think we have a Krampus. Oh, do you mean Cthulhu? We have a Cthulhu back there. No, we don't have a Krampus. Krampus is pretty cool, though.
You have a MailChimp tutorial.
No, I do not. However, Renee Christine does on her channel, which is why I haven't made one. So if you go to Renee Christine, who is my best friend in the whole wide world ever, she'll have a tutorial from last year called, I think it's called How to Set Up a MailChimp Account. I think so. So just look for that.
Where'd it go?
Looking for your comments because they're
Is the shipping date for Canada December 5th?
So if you're Karen, you mean if you're shipping from the US, when the shipping deadline would be for Canada, it would be for the US, it would just fall into international. That's going to cover Canada. It's going to cover Australia. It's going to cover most of Europe. But that'll be December 15th. Okay. So international orders that are not Africa or Central or South America will all just be December 15th.
Just make it easy that way.
Or no, I'm sorry, 5th. 15th is US, December 5th. So Canada, if you're shipping from the US, December 5th. Australia, if you're shipping from the US, December 5th. Europe, shipping from the US, December 5th.
What about putting it in the shipping note in the parcel? Putting what in the shipping note?
The deadlines.
Okay.
You could do that if you wanted to. If you have the ability to like maybe print it on like a little postcard, just happy holidays from our family to yours. Just so you're aware, our shipping deadlines for 2018 are blah, 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 blah. It just depends on if you have that kind of time and resources to print all those out.
Question, when you put the date on the banner, do you just put December 15th date, not all the exclusions, right? That would be too much.
You mean all of the, what do you mean? So
she's asking, do you put all of these dates on your banner or do you just put the US date, I'm assuming, since it's the 15th?
No, I put them all. I put all of, so I don't add like first class, this date, priority, this date, priority express, this date, because I don't ship, using those services primarily. You can totally add like your main shipping service onto your banner. And if you offer other shipping services, you could put those into your listings if you don't want to clog up your banner. But the ones that I put exclusively on my banner are US December 15th, international December 5th, APOs and FPOs December 10th, Africa December 25th, November 25th, and Central and South America, November 25th. I display all of those on my banner. So I just keep them simple. And
Daniela said, what's the ideal deadline time considering I use Printful, 5 to 6 day processing time and 5 day shipping? So you're just going to have to take the deadlines that we gave, and you're going to have to add that long processing time onto that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not really any other way to go about that.
Yeah. Just add the processing time. Make sure that I would contact Printful ahead of time and maybe ask them if they're expecting any holiday delays or if there's anything that
for sure.
Right. As somebody who uses Printful, that you should just maybe email them and say, hey, are there any dates like that I should be aware of for processing? Do you guys think that, your processing times will be stretched a little bit due to the holiday, so I can add that to my Etsy shop, and then just, add 5 days on top of whatever is recommended just to be safe.
Sonora K, can you say firearm? I have no idea.
Yeah, they don't even say tattoo gun, do they?
No, the word gun alone is enough to throw the algorithm off, because YouTube is like hardcore into one side of the spectrum, so they're completely anti-gun.
Right. You can't say. Oh, you can't say.
They actually were.
Context.
Yeah, they were making it where people that were doing reviews and gun reviews and things like that were actually getting demonetized just because they were shooting a gun in their videos, and that's like, it wasn't anything violent. Anyway, so is it 5 days plus processing time?
Yeah, I'm talking
when your things need to ship.
Right. That's when they need to ship. So that's
add your processing time onto it.
Right. You got to add your, processing doesn't count into the equation. We're talking about the actual deadline. If you're making completely custom items, you're going to have to throw in whatever your span of time. We're kind of assuming that you can get items out really quickly. Around the holidays, if you've got a busy shop, prepare to be working every day. And then when it hits those deadlines, you need to put something up on your banner that says that's it. Holiday shipping officially closed, orders expected to arrive by, or all orders shipped will arrive after Christmas, just so people are aware.
Yeah. And Daisy Chain said, I ship from Australia to the US, it takes about 10 to 20 days. Yeah, so with international, it's a little, or Austria, sorry. I'm all the way over here today. I don't have my laptop set up. Okay, I've shipped a lot international over the years, even that with the cutoff date, may be worth letting them know that 20 to 30 days can't be guaranteed to arrive due to customs. Yeah, you should always kind of have that warning in there anyway.
Yeah, because customs, you can't control
customs
that.
In some places really sucks. Like Russia, half of the time our stuff doesn't even show up.
I have a disclaimer for people who ordered to Russia, because there are types of metals for jewelry that are restricted. If you're curious about that, be sure to Google it if you sell jewelry, but there are some metals that you can't ship. None of my metals fall into that category.
But they still don't show up sometimes.
But they still don't show up. So I don't know.
Krampus question equals emoticon page, whatever goes with your shop theme. I don't get what you're saying, Platypus.
I don't get it.
Because you said, do they have a Krampus? Oh, you're referring to them. Does that page have a Krampus?
No.
No, I don't think so.
No. No Krampus emojis.
People are saying scary Christmas dude. We know what he is.
Scary Christmas dude. I like
Santa Claus's evil brother.
Yeah.
And somebody asked, okay, I have over 500 listings. Do you know of a bulk editor app so I can add the shipping deadlines to each listing? And somebody said, try Vela for bulk edits. We don't know. We don't ever have to deal with that many listings. So
thank you for the suggestion. We lost your comment, but whoever suggested that bulk edit.
When do you start posting your cutoff dates?
I start end of October. That's when I update my shop. I actually just updated my banner for 2019, my Etsy shop banner, and I added one carousel slide to it for my upcoming launch. I haven't made a carousel banner tutorial yet because we want to make sure that we get Black Friday and stuff out of the way first for you guys. So if you actually scroll down to the bottom of this this page and click see more in the video description, all the way at the bottom, you'll find the link to my Etsy shop. If you want to check out that carousel banners and what they look like. I know not a lot of shops use them yet, but I decided to go ahead and throw up 2 slides. I will have 3 slides and one will have some holiday information on it, but that's, that's just if you want to go look at those.
Printful always gets behind during the holidays. And Domestic Platypus says processing from production partners typically increases 1 to 2 days during the holidays. Yeah, I would expect that. Maybe even worse if things get real crazy.
Courtney said that Printful said that they would be announcing holiday shipping times. Cool. Good. So keep an eye out.
That's probably going to be for them to get things to you by the holidays, though. So
but I think they direct ship.
Okay. What about a glue gun?
Yes, they will. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They will.
See, now people are going to do that to purposefully trick us. You jerks. I'm just kidding, Bronwyn. I signed up for the mailing list. Can I get the swipe files or do I have to wait for the training? It's in the email.
No, the swipe files, not the ebook. The swipe files. You do have to wait.
Yeah, you do have to wait.
You guys cannot. You guys are no longer allowed to email us and ask for the swipe files. Please wait. You will thank us later. We're not trying to be mean. We're creating something cool. So just don't ask to eat a bite of the cake before we put the frosting on it.
All right. Russia, Ukraine, and most of Eastern Europe, for that matter. Brazil and Italy are the worst. Yeah, Brazil is such a pain in the butt. Their import laws are ridiculous. And their taxes on some stuff are just, like, you basically have to be rich to order things out there. Let's see. One of my manufacturers has lengthened their processing time up to 10 days, frustrating my prints and canvases. Still go out in 2 days. Would you suggest listing a separate dates on your banner or each item separate?
I would do it on, if you can do it on the individual listings, I would, and maybe add something to your banner, just like right at the bottom after you list your shipping deadlines, put something like some exclusions apply, see listings for exact details. And then they could actually see the correct information per listing. I would just make sure to put it in your listing photos.
Will the trainings be on here for the swipe files?
They will be sent by email. So if you're on the email list, you'll get them, I promise. All the goodies are sent to the email list. We do some YouTube videos, but the best goodies, like the freebies and the printables and the cheat sheets, always go by email.
Oh man, yeah, Italy is terrible. I no longer ship there because I can't keep having $50+ things disappear and have to be remade. Yeah, we had that rule for Russia for a long time.
We just had an order to Italy that disappeared. I sent it twice and it never arrived.
Yeah, and it was like no more of that. We actually made it for a while where we wouldn't ship things to Russia because was that the one that went around the world like 5 times? It came back with like 50 stickers on it.
Yeah. It disappeared for 6 months.
And we made an exception because somebody basically begged us to ship something to them, and it ended up making it after like more than a month.
Yeah.
Never use the word jewelry when shipping jewelry to Italy. Yeah, see, but that puts you in a legal position because you have to be honest on your shipping stuff to international. You have to be real careful about that. If you're willing to make the risk, that's on you.
I usually put costume jewelry and
fashion accessory.
Yeah, fashion accessory. Yeah. I see that.
We usually use costume jewelry.
Yeah, costume jewelry usually works for us for Italy because they just restrict certain like fine metals. So as long as you're specifying that it's not going to, that it's not expensive metals and your value on that product isn't insane, then they're, I'm not telling you guys to change your values. If you're sending something that's real gold, make sure that your value is accurate. But at the same time, if you're selling, don't like make your values higher basically than what it's really worth.
Yeah, be honest about it in the thing. Otherwise, it's going to cost the person across the seas a fortune, especially if you're shipping to a place like Brazil.
Oh yeah.
Where I forget, what was it, like the PS3? People were paying like $800-900 for it because of the import laws.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. I had a lot disappear until someone in Italy explained that they look at low-valued parcels as undervalued and often discard rather than inspecting.
That's terrible. Italy.
Snooty bastards.
Italy, stop it. Just their customs.
Always fashion accessory in Italy. Jewelry specifically refers to precious metals and gems. I mean, it's an art country, so.
Yeah, and it wasn't the reason for Italy because of weird art taxes. Isn't that why?
It was an art tax thing, why they wouldn't let our stuff through.
That's so strange.
They considered our product when they inspected it a piece of art.
Art tax.
See here, Sencross. Same issues with the handmade toys in Germany. Don't know about the rest of Europe, but it needs to have a CE sign or some such. Otherwise, many custom offices just confiscate it.
Well, that's most toys.
That's so stupid.
Well, you don't want to ship something to a child that could be dangerous. So you do have to have certifications, which
I get it. But it's like if you don't live in that country.
Yeah, but you do have to have certifications for any toys, even within the U.S. You do have to have those certified.
Even if it's figurines and such, they'll just say it's a toy.
Oh, well, for like figurines and statues, that's kind of weird because some are not meant for children.
Back when I worked at a parcel service company, someone wrote AU on the parcel instead of AT, and it made a detour to Australia on its way back from Asia to Austria.
We've had packages go, like the customer will contact me and say, my package is going in the complete opposite direction. And I'll look at the tracking, and sure enough, it'll be like going like it got stuck on a truck somewhere and went the other way.
I have that happen all the time. Sometimes I'll order stuff from like Amazon or something like that, and it'll ship from like Illinois, but then it'll go west. It'll be like, hey, we're going to take this to Idaho. And then they bring it back. Like, why did you? I know it's because they put it on a plane. Typically, they'll drive it to that's the fastest route. They'll drive it to where a plane's going to go. And then ends up being faster, even though it goes in the wrong direction.
Bronwyn, I didn't realize how challenging it was to ship internationally. Not really.
It's really not. It's just a few select countries, and you won't get orders to those places as much as non-difficult places.
I've only had, you know, I've been selling for 6 years, and in terms of packages that have gone like AWOL, I think I've only had like under 10. So it's not something that happens that frequently. And as a Handmade Alpha Academy student in our shipping module, I have a ton of resources for you. So if you haven't made it that far in HAA, Bronwyn, just look out for, I think it's module 8. We talk about shipping. Just keep an eye out, because I do have shipping restrictions for countries. You know, if you need to see what items they allow and don't allow, you can find all that right in there.
I'm so
Perks
late.
of being an HAA
Shame on you, Amber, for being so late.
Let's see.
You're better than that. All right.
Make sure you have a disclaimer that you don't issue refunds for parcels refused due to customs duties. That's already covered. Like, you can say that, but it's already covered in your Etsy policies. It's everybody's Etsy policies say that. So if somebody refuses it, or they get mad at you because they had to pay a customs fee, that is not your responsibility. That is tax to them.
Yeah, that's no different than us paying a sales tax.
Right. That is tax to them. And if they want to make a fuss about it and they leave you a bad review, don't respond to the
contact Etsy.
Yeah, don't respond to the bad review. Just contact Etsy. They'll remove it. There are crazies out there who don't even know their own laws. So.
Yeah, and if you haven't yet, you will eventually get to a point where somebody's going to beg you to lower the value on the actual slip that they get, so they don't have to pay that tax, because it's what, under $15 in most places.
Yeah,
and you don't have to pay anything. And we've had people place like $300 orders that are like, hey, could you make that, you know,
mark it as a gift?
Mark it as a gift, make it $15. Like, no, we can't, because if you get in trouble, we get in trouble, and that's an international problem.
Right.
So no, thank you.
And believe it or not, the reason that we know that is because we used to not know that, and we used to mark it down. We did for like 2 years. Like, our first 2 years, we thought that we were just being the cool sellers. You know, Etsy didn't have a whole lot of guidelines published yet. And
then they did.
Right. And then they published it, and we were like, oh, crap. So we stopped doing that. And we found out that.
Yeah, it's a big no-no.
Yeah.
You can get in real big trouble for doing that.
Thankfully, we only did it like once or twice, but still, it was like, because most of our keys are $15 anyway. Right. So, but.
Where do you guys put your customs forms on your bubble mailers?
For our actual packages, when you're printing on Etsy, that's all included. You can go, so for example, what order do we have to ship that had all those customs forms?
Well, that one we printed on PayPal. That's why it had all those forms.
Okay.
When you print through Etsy, we just have the one slip that looks totally different, that has all the customs info on it.
Right.
But if you print through like PayPal and they give you the extra, like I think it's 3 or 4 forms.
And I think it's also if you use a different, I think that if you don't use first class, if you use
you might get more forms, but you can just go to, if you're in the US, you can go to almost any like Office Depot style store, and you can get the baggies that you actually tape onto the front of your package that you fold.
They're sticky. You don't even have to tape them.
Oh, you don't? They're sticky?
Yeah.
So you can just get those bags. They go on the front of your package, and you just slip all the forms in there.
Yep. They're only like, I think we paid what, $3 for over 100.
And the instructions are, I think they're on the forms, aren't they? Like exactly what needs to be on them.
Yeah, you just fold the paper and stick it right into the little paper baggie. Super easy. We keep like tons of those plastic baggies.
Yeah, I mean 120 of them was like $10, and we're never going to use all those.
No.
I had a 2-day priority take 2 weeks because it went through Alaska. Yep, shiz happens, yo. UPS has central hubs that process shipments that do not make any geographical sense, and packages sometimes go out of the way and not the fastest route. Yeah, UPS, we've had, I've actually had how long ago was it that I got these speakers? Because I had that exact problem. They went the wrong direction, got stuck at a warehouse, and then never moved again, and I had to get a whole new set. See, Sonora K. Oh, and it was going from Texas to Oregon, and it went through Alaska. Yeah, that's pretty dumb. I'm gonna sit on the naughty step, haha.
Oh, because she was late.
Yeah, that's right.
You have a naughty step. Is that something we get in the?
Where do you buy those? That sounds fun.
Naughty step. It's like I was thinking like one of the exercise steps. You know what I mean? Like you step up and down and up and down. Like
I don't know.
In your little 90s spandex. Okay, guys, let's get pumped up.
She is from the EU, right? So that's probably just a reference we don't understand.
A naughty step? I mean, we've got step. Is that where we're supposed to put our kid?
Is that like a version of timeout?
Like stand in the corner, sit on the naughty stool?
Let us know how stupid we are. All right.
I don't know.
Let's move on. We have a lot of stuff here.
We didn't know what Christmas crackers were either, apparently.
Let's see here. Questions. Oh, please send it as a gift. Yeah, you're going to get that.
Yeah.
Daisy Chain. I started with track shipping only because but it was so expensive, 18 pounds to the US. Now I change it to sending as a big letter, 10 pounds, because it's often more than my products. Yeah. International refuses or even return to center parcel refused. U.S. parcels covered for both. The attempt to deliver to the address provided is proof of delivery. Everywhere except Amazon, of course. Yep. Your chairs look really comfortable. Are those gaming chairs? Yes, they're DX Racer chairs.
Yeah.
And these are the chairs that we sit in to work.
Yes, this is.
They're super comfy. I bought mine. I'm not sitting up in my chair now, but they hug your shoulders. But I bought one that was meant for somebody that was 6'4", 400 pounds. Because I can sit cross-legged in it.
My pillow's upside down. I got the Drift series. It's really small.
And I got the King series.
His is like huge.
Yeah. Let's see. I started international shipping, although no one has purchased yet, but I'm nervous as my items are under $20 and I see the shipping to CA is nearly $40, which is insane to think that nearly $60 for a hair scrunchie. Yeah. That's crazy.
Can't wait. Really?
Where are you shipping from?
Where are you shipping from?
Are you shipping from the U.S. or to the U.S.? Because if you're shipping from the U.S., I don't think any of our international shipping is that expensive.
Yeah.
And our products are probably in a bigger thing than a hair scrunchie.
Yeah, our packages are $13.50, and they're just standard small bubble mailers. Under.
Let us know. We'll talk it out. Etsy prints the international labels. Everything needed on it now. Yep. Domestic Platypus priority mail. You often get extra copies and forms. You have to put them in the adhesive baggie. I always write the address, tracking number, etc. under the window just in case.
So they don't rip it open and get the baggies.
Yeah.
Or rip open your baggie.
Yeah, we've had that actually from people outside of the U.S. where they'll ship us stuff and the baggie's like ripped open and there's nothing in it and there's just the address written on it.
Yep.
So yeah. Can get the window baggie things free at the post office. Yeah, we just bought a big thing of them so we would never have to make a trip up there. Let's see here. They used not to. When I started on Elsing, you still had to go to the PO. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually, when we started selling on Etsy, I think for our first 2 years, we wrote every single address on our packages.
Sucks so hard.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, we went to the post office and got the forms and taped those on the front. And and then taped over the. God, it took so long.
It did. It was so funny.
We wouldn't be able to do that now. We'd have to hire like 20 people.
No.
No, we have to sit on the stairs in the house. Okay.
Sitting on your porch step, the bottom step, timeout. Okay, so it's like a timeout chair, like a timeout stool, like standing in the corner. Do you guys stand in the corner over there? Like, did your parents ever make you go stand in the corner?
Naughty step is the timeout chair. See, that's just another one of those terms. I've literally never heard that before.
Maybe we're just crazy.
Maybe. I sent a package to Alaska that only took 2 days first class. Go figure.
Let's see. All right.
Yeah.
We'll skip all the naughty steps.
Might be a suggestion for Etsy to print labels in dual languages. As for countries like Russia, they have a completely different alphabet. That's what the scam codes are for.
Yeah, the barcodes, as long as your barcode is intact.
And you'd be surprised, especially working at a post office, even in Russia, the majority of other countries have a small bit of recollection of the English language.
Right.
It's the most spoken language. Well, technically not the most spoken language, but it's the most recognizable language in the world. But if they refuse the package and it comes back to you, then you need to refund 100% because of the EU laws.
Oh, of course. I mean, you've already got it back in your hands. If you've got it, it's only right to either resend it or refund it.
Right. A place where a child is sent to sit in silence as punishment, popularized by the Super Nanny show.
Oh, okay. Super Nanny.
Charged customs, question mark? I don't know what you're asking.
Charged customs? No.
So some people in other countries, before they're allowed to receive a package, have to pay a fee.
She's international.
Oh, is she?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for light items, try USPS first class or even priority rate flat envelopes. Yeah. My internationals are about $13.30. Okay. I'm looking for actual questions.
I made my son stand in the corner and he licked the wall.
No, I have a weird paint spot on it.
That's so funny. I used to do things like that. I remember being a kid. This sounds really gross now, like looking back. Don't laugh at me, but I can remember being like 5 years old and we lived with my great grandma, who was like 80 years old, and she would just sit in her chair and smoke her cigarettes all day back before everybody knew how bad cigarettes were, or maybe my grandma just didn't care. I don't know. But anyway, I remember the walls always being covered in like that thick, gross nicotine. And I would go stand in the corner and I would lick the wall and it tasted so bad. And I don't know why that sticks out to me. I can still remember
friggin' gross.
I can still remember the taste of my grandma's wall from when I was like 5 years old.
I use Etsy to print my shipping labels on a standard printer. Can you recommend an actual label printer that makes
Yes, we just got one.
I don't remember the brand on it.
Brother.
No, it's not Brother.
It's not
actually.
Brother?
No, it's not.
Oh. We just
I like it, but we're having a couple issues with it. We're still trying to get it figured out because we'll print the labels. It'll print like 2 of 3 labels, and then it'll fart out a couple of blanks, and then it'll print all 3, and then a couple more blanks. Like it's just nonstop farting out and wasting.
I would love to do like
just let me do it.
I would love to do like a review video of it because
it's almost the holidays. You're not supposed to be getting on my Amazon.
Oh, did you order things?
No, I haven't, but stop it.
I've been using your Amazon. Let's see.
Rollo.
Yeah,
Rollo. We're using a Rollo printer.
And it's the Compare to Dymo 4XL. And
it had better reviews than the Dymos. That's why I got it.
And it was 169.
They said change the roll. It's not a roll. It's not one of the ones that's on a roll.
169.99. So
it's a flat, so it's a stack. And they shift back and forth.
It's a thermal printer, so you don't have to have ink for it. Not a Dymo.
Yeah, we got the Rollo because it had almost 5-star reviews, and compared to the Dymos, which all had less than 3.5 stars.
Joseph said, I haven't smoked a cigarette in almost 3 years. I went to vaping.
I just don't on camera because it's bad for camera presence.
I always make him hit his vape like before we start. You should get a Dymo
is better. You know, everybody says that like in person, but the reviews say otherwise.
Yeah. We went with the reviews, but now we're having trouble with it. So
yeah,
we might just
it's likely a driver issue. So I just haven't bothered to do anything about it.
Yeah, it's probably
the labels are so cheap that
it's probably just something that we're doing on our end that isn't right. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. All right. Well, we haven't had any questions in like 3 minutes. So
you guys have.
We'll give it 3 more minutes and then we'll pop off. Last minute questions, yo.
All right, guys. While we're waiting for last minute questions, do not forget to mark your calendars around, I'm thinking December 1st, we're going to open Handmade Alpha Academy to the public. There will be a big fat discount, but only to those who join the email list, which is linked down below. It's called the Handmade Alpha VIPs. Right when you join, you get my free ebook, which covers how to gain a fanatical following of fans on Facebook by hosting giveaways. And we already have tons of alphas who have gained their own little fanatical following of fans by hosting giveaways. So you can get that link down below. Also linked down below is the Handmade Alpha Facebook community where you can get help from I believe we now have 6,000 alphas. Ooh, so exciting. So you can get help from those if I'm, just floating around in the world, not available because I am very busy making trainings. Ask our alphas. Most of them will probably have some great ideas for you. Okay. And then the last thing, obviously, I will be hosting or 2 presentations at Bitchcraft Fair in Columbus, Ohio, linked down below. Feel free to grab some tickets to that. I think that they're $15 each. My event is, once you get those tickets, you're in. I'm not getting any of that $15 cut. That's all, for the awesome event organizers who are putting this together for us. I'm just attending for free to hang out with you guys. And at that event, I'll be giving away 2 scholarships to the Handmade Alpha Academy. You'll get these super cool little trophies that say, I am Alpha Strong, Handmade Alpha Academy class of 2019. So get super duper excited for that. And even if you don't win, you still get to hang out with me.
A couple questions.
All right.
Are we wrapping our Secret Santa gifts or wrapping like an order? I'm stuck between the 2.
It doesn't matter, Amber. Do whatever we Handmade Alpha Academy. We're doing a Secret Santa. So that's up to you, Amber. Make it as fun as you want.
If I'm already on your email list, how do I get the ebook?
You should have got it right when you signed up.
Yep. It should have been did you get this?
Yeah.
email.
If you didn't receive it, just reply to any of my emails and we can send you another copy if you think that you've lost it.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the new integrations tab? Just saw it this morning, thinking about trying some of them out.
I haven't seen it yet because I haven't been on Etsy this morning, but I'll definitely check it out. Keep in mind that when Etsy does changes, they do them in batches. So things that
you might not even show up for us for like another week.
We're usually the first to get new changes because
we weren't for the chat or for the premium accounts.
That's true.
We were almost a day late for the premium accounts. Actually, it took us a whole extra day.
But we do have chat support that
we do have chat support. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's freaking cool.
Yeah.
That we've used that like 2 or 3 times already. So.
And they're so responsive.
Takes them about 5 minutes at most.
Yeah.
Make sure you update your holidays and special occasions, everyone. Yep. All right. That's gonna cut it. Oh, I don't get the point of the integration. It just sends you to the web page, right? I don't know.
Is this chat just for US at the moment? Not entirely. If you go back and watch the replay, we kind of talk about how basically take everything that we've applied to you take everything that we have talked about and apply it to your area. Basically, just add 5 days onto your normal shipping times. If you ship to the US, add 5 days onto what your local, whatever shipping service that you use.
And that's for the shipping date. The like last shipping date.
Not processing.
Also need to include your processing in that time. So if it takes you 5 days to process, then you're adding 10 days.
Yeah. So make sure that, you're just kind of paying attention to that and add 5 days. That's what we do. We just look at our website. We usually add 5 days. So for those who are in the US, we've given you guys some really great dates. For those who are international, look at whatever your shipping service recommends. Add 5 days onto, your international shipping and your domestic. So, all right, guys, thanks. So, I'm sorry. I meant for Etsy chat support. I don't know. It's still in beta right now. So they haven't rolled it out yet. Yeah.
Oh, and another selfish plug. If any of you are in the Ohio area and you would like to come see my band play, feel free to message me on Facebook and I can get you some tickets.
Email us at Starla at Handmade Alpha Academy.
Or send me an email. No one's obligated to do so. I have to plug it.
He'll be playing
with Tantric on the 11th at the Courtyard.
November 11th.
And with OTEP on December 2nd at Odd Bodies.
Both in Dayton, Ohio. You
never say your band name. It's The Rendering Silence. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/The Rendering Silence.
And they don't have like any material up or anything.
No, we've got some like jam space stuff, but nothing important. Anyway, enough plug.
All right, guys, have a great weekend and we will see you next Friday. By then, we should have some awesome Black Friday goodies for you. So talk soon, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.